Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. We're going to draw some newer fib levels and kind of get perspective on the smaller time frame movements here. Kind of get a better understanding where we're at. This looks a lot like a power of three movement to me, where they kind of lull you into a false sense of security. Of course, keep in mind Bitcoin dumped yesterday based on a crypto meeting that occurred, and that was more of a fundamental catalyst. But if you kind of look here, let's be a little easier here to describe. You see the first move here. Second move is usually a leg down to kind of sweep the late longs. And then, of course, the final move is a pretty big move up to essentially break through the recent high there. So, again, it's not a guarantee it's going to happen, but there was a really good price structure leading into that event yesterday. Bitcoin sold off stronger than expected, and now Solana's underneath that key level support of 203. So if we close below 203 today, that could invalidate a potential long. If you have one open, we took a long, of course, with Solana yesterday, kind of halfway through this range, and effectively still looking in good shape. I'm not super concerned with it, but same accord, you got to be mindful that sometimes you got to kind of pull the plug and take care of that. Keep in mind there were some good profits to offset. We took some nice profits on our short position from Bitcoin yesterday and a long from SUI as well. So again, it all evens out at the end for the most part, but generally more favorable than not. But there's no doubt that Bitcoin is in a pretty precarious position right now. Hasn't broken bearish fully yet, but it's still on a bearish decline. And while there's a lot of false positive breakouts here recently, we're in a position right now where Bitcoin could and very well should bottom out soon. Again, is that going to happen? It's hard to say, but Bitcoin dominance is on the rise, and altcoins are getting pretty well smothered here in just nothing but selling pressure. So again, that's kind of where we're at though. So what we want to look at here, first of all, is the back-end liquidation data, kind of see if there's any more incentive for the price to pull back any further. We're going to talk a little bit about support levels too, just in case the price were to continue to retrace. But to me, seeing this clear sweep of liquidation tells me that we're probably due to correct ourselves to the back to the upside. Okay, again, it's very common for them to manipulate the market like this, and then for the price action to shoot back up. Once again, they're trying to lull everyone into a sense of shorting this coin because we're closing below OK level support, and the likelihood of that power of three movement is still, in my opinion, fairly high. If you go to our education section, you can kind of see how they do this. Generally speaking, they have an accumulation phase, which we were in previously. Right now, we're in the manipulation phase, and then the final phase is that distribution or expansion where the price goes up effectively here. So just keep in mind that's a potential reality. Don't attach yourself to that idea, but with this liquidation being swept here, and just seems fairly obvious to me that this is a manipulative wave, I think there's a decent chance we're going to continue higher because there's really no liquidation that we can see that's present, minus that 185 level we talked about previously. There's like a very large position there. Outside of that, there's really nothing going on here. Okay, and we take a look at liquidation. It's still wavering between bullish and bearish. We have just as many people shorting as we do taking longs essentially at this point. And we're starting to see an increase in shorts right now, right? So why wouldn't they get destroyed here soon because they're late shorts? Okay. Again, the market makers are very, very crafty in how they do this here. And unfortunately, Solana is one of the highest manipulated coins out there, just based on the simple fact that you see like significant chunks of, the same person, whoever this person was or entity, they dumped Solana recently, and then they were the first ones to pump it up. And they're taking profits in every direction, just making a killing off of people like you and I. So try not to be another statistic. Keep your leverage low, position low. Just weather the storm. The last month's worth of trading has been the absolute worst months of trading I've ever seen in all of my crypto experience, and that includes traditional markets too. 20 plus years of experience, it has not been this bad since recently. So please understand that that's kind of where we're at there, and try not to let it ruin your day. Just take a break or two. Take some time off. It's perfectly fine. But at this point, it's just abysmal trading. It's the easy way to describe it, especially somebody that does this literally every single day of my life. Having said that, 186 and 190 are those two local support ranges based on volume. So we should experience, if the price goes down any lower to 190, some buying pressure there, because that's where people are pretty heavy right now. So that's our next heaviest position. As far as the daily time frame, let's work our way down. See if there's anything that's kind of glaringly obvious here to me. Honestly, nothing super crazy. We were right there at the 50-day SMA yesterday. Now we're kind of trending below it. We're under the 20. There's no doubt that this is not a bullish type of scenario here, and that we want to wait, ideally, for the price action to close back up over 200, right? That's basically what we're going to be looking for. So once more, simple way to understand it, we're in a position right now where generally the best trade is no trade. Okay. that's just kind of the market that we're in right now. Okay, so take a look here at the daily time frame. Everything else is bearish. I don't really need to describe that. simple understanding there. We can see here also getting closer to that 30 level. Keep in mind, if we do hit 30 on the RSI, it's common for the price action to kind of bounce from there as like a dead cat bounce of some sort. Money flow index is pulling back, but MFI is high, which kind of implies that we have more money coming into this coin than out of the coin, even though it's dissipating. We've seen more buying pressure overall in the last, this 180 to $200 range. Okay, generally implies sustainability in this range. I think going lower than 185 is fairly low. That's just my personal opinion. But again, stochastic and MACD are both diverging, so we could be in for another wave down or another leg down. Taking a look at the hourly, we can clarify here as well. Seeing just pretty simple, we're testing this lower area of the cloud. And I say testing because you really want to close below the cloud for at least 3 or 4 hours before you get confirmation that it's going in that direction. This is how fakeouts occur. A lot of times the price will kind of peak into a breakout or a breakdown and then inevitably reverse itself when everybody takes a late short. So in this case here, I don't necessarily recommend shorting, even though we've taken plenty of money. Like last month, I think our highest profit was from Solana shorts. But the truth is, at this point, I don't think it's worthwhile at this regard. Future reference, I'm going to post a playout chart on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord here. And if you do take a look at our playouts here, a lot of Solana shorts are included in here. As you can see, we took just as many. Well, actually, maybe not just as many, but there was definitely some more profit to the downside, of course, depending on how you look at it. Either way you look at it here, I appreciate you watching. I'll update our playout chart. Post that here soon, and if you are new to our committee, please make sure you read through some of our resources here, folks. This is all here for you. I explain my trade alerts, why I take the trades that I take, help you understand kind of the structure there. Read through my signals guide to ensure that you're not over leveraging yourself or being an irresponsible trader. It's important to be to be a little more mindful of where you're at in the space and not to FOMO in. Okay. Anyways, conversation for another day. I'm getting off track. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button every time you watch my videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.